as a long-term investor, you're kind of just waiting for this, but there's a lot of, oh my God, it's going down, it's going up. And their time horizon is much shorter. And it fucks with your head. So it's a real skill set to learn. It kind of hurts you when you're hearing, oh my God, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down, it's going to do, and you're forgetting what game you're playing, which is like, I bought it somewhere when it was low in crypto winter or crypto spring, and I'm going to sell out late crypto autumn, and it'll have gone up 10x, 20x, 30x from then. And that's all I'm doing. I don't actually have to do anything.
Raoul, a leading macro analyst and prominent figure in the cryptocurrency world, continues to deliver sharp insights into the future of digital assets. As a former Goldman Sachs executive and a well-known crypto bull, Powell's work centers around how macroeconomic shifts affect the global financial landscape, particularly in the cryptocurrency and digital asset markets where he has significant investments. According to Powell, the macro environment is on the verge of a major transformation as central banks shift from quantitative tightening and aggressive rate hikes to more accommodative policies like rate cuts and quantitative easing. This change, he explains, is crucial to preventing global economies from overheating. The U.S. Federal Reserve recently signaled the start of this transition, announcing its first rate cut since the pandemic began. Powell believes these improving liquidity conditions will lead to explosive growth in the cryptocurrency market. While he is optimistic about the entire space, he highlights Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Sui as standout assets poised for significant gains, with Solana at the forefront of the next market cycle. In his latest Real Vision update, Powell discusses the evolving macroeconomic environment and provides his outlook for the cryptocurrency market over the next few months. He also shares his investment strategy for capitalizing on what he sees as a $100 trillion opportunity in the crypto space, identifying key areas for growth and positioning for long-term success. Join us as we break down Powell's insights, including his thoughts on the banana zone and the cryptocurrencies he's backing for 2025 and beyond. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth discussions. And check out our other videos featuring industry leaders like Michael Saylor, Kathy Wood, and Lynn Alden.
Crypto is so incredible that it's been giving us the same opportunity every 4 years. And it's like, it's so stupid that it's been so easy. You just buy that big sell-off or add to your positions in the sell-off and do nothing. And everybody who've done that would have made better returns than starting a startup. If you'd have raised $1 million for a startup, if you'd have just put it in the market instead, using that cycle, you'd have done better. I mean, pretty much everything we do, everything else is actually dilutive. And I know people are like, oh, Raoul, he's become such a crypto guy. He used to be the macro guy. He used to talk about oil and dollar yen. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that stuff because it doesn't produce 150% returns a year. I'm actually trying to unfuck my future and your future. That's what matters to me. It really matters to me. And it, in fact, bothers me. I was back in England and I was with my closest and oldest friends. I mean, luckily they've all been pretty successful. Well, that group had been very successful, but not one of them was investing in anything. And they know I'm into crypto and they kind of respect my opinion, maybe sometimes, maybe not. But I just can't get them to talk about it or think about it. And yet they'd like talk about the next big house they want to buy and how they need to change their car. The UK cars and houses is the big thing. I'm like, guys, you could have made this all easier for yourselves by just doing some of this stuff. But they kind of can't. I don't know. There's this big stumbling block about investing for some people. The UK is really bad for it, I find. It was a bit depressing going back to the UK, just seeing how underdeveloped the crypto community is, or just investing in general. In Europe, investing in general, I mean, nobody does it. In crypto, yeah. If you're a kid in Spain, maybe Italy, maybe France, Portugal, probably. Certain countries have a higher propensity for more speculative activities. The others just like resign themselves to, well, it's all fucked. I'm like, guys, it doesn't have to be this way. You can unfuck your future. That's what Real Vision is all about. It's trying to do this thing. And part of that is I really would like everybody to realize that if the yellow fruit comes, which, as you can see, I've shown the charts, you know, is it before the election, after the election? How does it end this month? I don't know, but it's there. I mean, it's there already. But don't fuck this thing up. And then, I've already seen there's people at Real Vision fuck this thing up, colleagues, because what happens is you get taken over by the madness. Ansem, this guy, Murad, they're making 100x. If I made 100x, I could be them. I could be wealthy. And before you know it, that nice bucket of Solana, Ethereum, well, Ethereum's been dog, but I still own Ethereum via NFTs. Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and maybe you've diversified some Racia Sui or Near or whatever it may be. And then what happens over time? You creep all that into meme coins. And then you're desperately in the search for the next big one. It's that kind of cocaine hit that you're searching for your next high, the next 50x. Oh my God, I got that one early and that one. And then you're buying into this AI narrative. Oh my God, AI has started a meme revolution and everything in the world's changed. I need to buy this. Before you know it, you're going to get washed out and washed out and washed out. I mean, I'm looking at my 10, 5, 7, whatever, 5% maybe allocation to memes, and which are Church of the Smoking Chicken Fish, which has been correcting recently. It's still probably well above where I bought it. I did add a significant amount. I got a decent size in that, really, for me in a meme coin, because I fucking love the community and I love the humor. But who knows? I mean, maybe the maybe Lord Vishnu fails and they worship another god, the AI god. I don't think so. I think Lord Vishnu's all powerful, but certainly do not follow a moron like me into what I do. The other one I have is Doge. I think Doge is the alt cycle. I think it does it really well. I think Elon even calling the bloody government thing that he wants to start Doge. But let's see. Who knows? Have I done all right out of my memes? I probably doubled or tripled my money. Double, triple, maybe. I don't know. Um, in the last year, I've had no 10x's, 20x's, 50x's, 100x's. I had one called Guac. I got out at the right time. I mean, it's fallen 99%. A bunch of shit that I looked at for. I mean, I've got no edge, zero edge. I like the Church of the Smoking Chicken Fish. I think Doge is actually more of a macro bet. You choose your meme, get involved. Just don't do stupid shit, please. I will never forgive myself if you fuck this up. Honestly, just don't do it. And don't go, oh my God, well, I've lost all that money now. So I just need to gamble more and then I'll do what you say, Raoul. I will go into the top tokens and I'll chill out. No, please don't do that. You'll be fine. There's plenty of upside to be had. If you're somewhere between Solana and Sui, you've got 5, 10, whatever times your money to make. I mean, Christ, anybody from traditional financial markets, this is like la la land stuff. And you guys are going, well, unless it's a 50x, I'm not going to do it. You'll be fine. Get some capital together. Understand how to manage it. Do you think a bond crisis might unfold in the near term? Feels like bond markets might clue this. I don't think so. I think the bonds and the dollar are the key macro variable right now. Generally speaking, after the first cut, everyone gets over their ski tips. The market gets over positioned. It corrects. I think it's nothing more than that, but I could be wrong. So I think it went further than expected because market over position, the Fed delivered, everyone takes profits. Oh my God, everyone gets squeezed. And then what happens is bond yields rise prices fall, the dollar rises, and then the US issues like $500 billion of new debt. Market's not quite happy to take that. I actually think it reverses. William, oh my God, I've got so many questions. I'm so sorry. I'm out of control today. I've not done anything. Nala, I know. You can have some peanuts, okay? Just not annoying me. That's Nala. You know Nala by now. William, what's the probability that relative to the last liquidity cycle, driven in large part by COVID response, this cycle be more muted? Well, William, if you remember, last cycle had the most liquidity of any cycle, and it actually had the lowest price rises. So it's not a measure of the amount of liquidity per se. So I don't think, I'm not concerned by that. If there was no liquidity globally, the US, and there's a question about this from a RVIP member, 2016-17 cycle had no US liquidity really, but liquidity globally exploded, and that was China and a few other places. Sorry, I'm just going to have to give Nala some more peanuts. Nala, here you go. She's old, deaf, and lovely. So yeah, I don't think it's a direct. It doesn't mean amount of liquidity. It's kind of, as long as liquidity percentage wise is increasing, I think it's fine. Nickel Pierce, question to Raoul, do you have a gold bug analogy that can apply to crypto? Explaining gold mining stocks, you have main producers, juniors, prospectors. Where are the main producers are low risk, solid reward? Would a good analogy in crypto be Bitcoin and ETH, main producers, Solana, Cardano, juniors, Casper, prospectors? This is all a risk curve question. I don't think juniors are pretty shit on the risk curve. I would not put Solana on that. Cardano, etc. in the juniors, maybe. I don't want to get into trouble because Jesus, the Cardano community or the XRP community just hate me every time I say anything, except this is the best coin in the world and we really love this. But don't say that, they hate me. Steve Randall, any chance of a long form interview with Stan Druckenmiller or Paul Jones? Stan's been on Real Vision. If you guys haven't watched the interview with Stan Druckenmiller on Real Vision, it's one of the all-time classics. It's not about what his view is today, which is irrelevant. Stan changes his mind before you know it. He's out of the trade and he's spoofed you into it. And what you need to understand is how he thinks. The Real Vision interview, just go on the platform, search for Stan Druckenmiller. You'll see that interview. Paul, I've known Paul a long time. I've known Stan for a long time. Just won't come on. We'll try. Well, he's agreed. He's agreed 4 times with 4 different people. It's just, I can't get him to do it. I'm out of touch with him personally. Now, Novo was the last person to get him to agree to do it. He was going to interview. So that's now. Stan and Paul, great story. They're best mates. And I never forget, I was at Goldman and they were both trading spreads of one market versus another. Just because nothing was really happening. So they're looking for a bit of alpha, and they were trading the CAC DAX spread. CAC is the French stock market, DAX is the German stock market. And the CAC DAX spread was their trade. And, you know, I was the broker, I was the European guy, I was like the main hedge fund salesperson in Europe. And Paul was in the trade first. And because he would look at the technicals of the thing, he was in the trade. And then he told Stan about it. Here's the reason you need fundamentals. Paul doesn't give a shit mainly about the fundamentals. He's a charting guy and a flow funds guy. So anyway, so I get this phone call eventually where Paul goes, yeah, I got Stan into the trade. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. So I get the phone call from Soros. Yeah, we want to buy the CAC DAX spread, you know, in like X billion dollars. Next minute, I get the call from Tudor, like, yeah, okay, if you've got any orders in the CAC DAX spread, we'll do the opposite and unwind it. And what he'd done, he broked his best mate into the trade so he could get the liquidity to get out. Genius. Anyway, so those are the games those guys play, and they've played them a lot. Gerald Trueblood, what are your thoughts on a second wave of inflation in the near future? Jim Bianco, Stan Druckenmiller, blah, blah, blah. The second wave of inflation, I think, is utter fucking bullshit. There will be inflation increasing in 2020, back end of 2025 into 2026, because that's what the business cycle does. No, the 1970s are not going to replay again. There is no basis that that will happen. There is also a deep confusion between what is inflation and what is debasement of currency. The biggest issue is debasement of currency, not inflation of basic goods prices. That's driven by cyclical factors, supply and demand factors. Solana breaking out with the rest of crypto lags today. We covered that before. I'm always suspicious. We need everything to happen. Michael Klump, why haven't we had the WorldCoin CEO or Sam Altman yet? They're on Bankless in the past year. I haven't seen any interviews with the CEO. I mean, I know them. They're here in Cayman. I just haven't a chance. I'm interested in WorldCoin. Eating with my mouth open. That is uncivilized. Just so you know. Eating with your fingers is acceptable in certain places. Americans who don't use knives need to be thrown out of fucking restaurants. I'm sorry. It's a knife and fork. What is this? I never forget. I hired a bloke who worked for me, who I took him out for dinner with a bunch of fancy hedge funds in New York. He slumped on the table like that and then ate Midwest style with a fork. I don't know how he even ate his steak. He probably stuck it like that. And I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. Anyway, it's enough insulting Americans. You can insult English people. They're fucking miserable. I'm just in England. Awful, awful. You can insult Australians because they deserve it. Who doesn't deserve it? Spanish people, they're lovely. Italians, they're lovely. Italian Americans, big ego. Worship the homeland. Don't go there. Get them to try and live there. Try and get somebody from New Jersey, Italian and American from New Jersey who live in Italy. They'd hate it. They'd be screaming and shouting at everyone. Hey, I want my pasta a bit warmer. I want it. They'll be thrown out of the country. Rui Morris is ETH the BlackBerry of crypto? I don't know. I don't think so. Ali Dadfar, how high do you think Sol, ETH, Sui, Bitcoin will go this cycle? Jamie Coots's research out tomorrow on the platform, free. Ali, you're going to get it. Answer your questions. Marco, salud desde Alicante. Welcome from Alicante. Alicante was the province I lived in. Okay, we don't need to do this whole Spanish thing. Reese DV Brother. This is a smoking chicken fish thing because we bathe in the broth. And we are based and all of the things that go with the smoking fish. Where do you see the market cap of smoking chicken fish landing at the peak? I don't know. Maybe it's zero or maybe it's $1 billion. My bet is, okay, at 100 million market cap, wherever it is today, 70 million. If it goes to zero, I lose 0.7. And if it goes to $1 billion, I make 10. It's like, that's a great risk reward. So I just go for the risk reward and just hold it and see. If it does anything really weird, yeah, sure, I might get out and protect some of the money I've made. I would have lost at that point. I don't know what my average price is, and I don't really think in those terms. I'm not going to puke it for that. Andreas, do you still think it's good to take third lifestyle chips off the table by year end, even if Bitcoin stays below 70,000? Long yellow fruit zone hasn't started. Michael said he said next year, not this year. I said this year. It's all about price without it being about price. Yeah, I know. I'm inconsistent. I understand that. What I'm trying to say is, if it's kind of rallying and it's getting higher, so it's kind of like above 70,000 towards 100,000. Solana's maybe back at all-time highs. Just take some money off, start cashing in some lifestyle chips. It doesn't feel like it's the time now, unless you bought Solana at 8. But even then, it still doesn't feel like it's the time. But again, I don't want to be too cute because if we all wait too long, you know how it works. We'll wait too long, it chops earlier. If we all do it early, it then explodes Giga X from here. So we're never going to win. So don't expect to win. I basically haven't got enough money in my account to do some of the big lifestyle chips I want to do. So I'll just wait. Um, oh my god, the other part of the comment section. Timothy Harris, Raoul vapes. No, I haven't had a nicotine addiction since the age of 14. That'd be a lie. I don't know why people say these things. Um, it's not a blunt either. It's a mango nicotine. Yeah, it's not good. You can tell me off. Um, okay, no, it's not a spliff. I actually don't like weed. Um, okay. Oh my god, I didn't realize so many questions. We're now 14 minutes over time. Bill Foster, don't diss pork rinds. Bill, being a person who actually, when I want to lose a bit of weight, which I'm doing now after Africa of eating shit in the back of in a Toyota Land Cruiser or whatever it was, Hilux. I'm back on keto. Pork rinds, I love. They're fantastic, salty, crunchy, amazing. In fact, I will do that one time. Usually, I do it better over in Little Cayman, but I will do some pork rinds for you at some point because they are massively underrated. Not the shit you buy in a bag, but make them yourself. It's just incredible. Um, Somebody's wearing their yellow fruit hammock. Nice. Anna burrito. It's not a burrito. Burrito. Anna de burrito. Sweet. Sweet's great. It's fine. Chart just correcting. Stock market Mike. Love consolidation patterns. Yeah, I do too, actually, because it generally gives power to the next one. Timothy Olding, I thought the 1 hour chart was for zooming out from the 1 minute and the 15-minute chart. Yeah, you need help, my friend. Okay, I need to move down. We've got so many questions now. Ben Anderson, I'm in the UK and all everybody cares about is cars and houses. Trying to be an orange pill people for years and nothing has come from it. Yeah, Ben, I agree. I agree. I spoke at the Zebu Live event. The whole atmosphere is different. There's not really many amazing builders, a few good hedge funds in the UK. It's like a really niche, not great industry in the UK. And it's a shame. It deserves to be better, and the UK deserves to be better than it is. And investors don't care. They don't care. Yet they want to complain all day about how shit their lives are, but I can't get them to invest. They're so cynical. Europe is a continent of call spread buyers. They see everything in capped upside, where the US and Asia tend to be call option buyers. They see all upside. A lot of that is a function of World War II and World War One. It's not deeper than you think, but a lot of people in Europe lost the ultimate optimism because you had the ultimate catastrophe. So sorry to get thing, but World War II, World War One have really, really big implications for people in Europe. You can't understand when every country around you is being invaded or killing each other on a scale of unimaginable destruction. People talk about other wars. They have no fucking clue what World War II is. What it was like for my mother's generation or whatever. Um, Brad, man, what are your thoughts on Druckenmiller's current investment thesis based on his expectation Fed rates higher for longer? I think he nailed the bet to the fucking day. Talked with Andreas yesterday. Um, who knows whether Stan's out of his bond trade or not? I mean, I know Stan's trade. I've seen his trades. Um, they can be very fast. So, well, Jones talked about inflation. I think there's inflation, monetary inflation is the CPI inflation. monetary inflation debasement, I think Paul's right. You know, that's the everything code thesis. If we read Paul's thing, it's basically the everything code. Theo Kane, 5:51. I'm not that far behind, 20 minutes. Hi, Raoul, respectful fellow crypto punks and visionaries. Joining in with a glass of superior Santorini's acetico, acetico white wine with a delicate Croatian almonds. Love it. Greek culture. Love it. Santorini and Crete. You've got 2 islands there. Very nice. Neil Sprayler, memes is too risky for its pocket money, like a gamble, nothing more. Yeah, that's fine. I think actually some people know how to trade those markets. Like some people are actually good at sports betting and stuff. I'm not. Alex VDM, SCFX page is dead. Is the project still there? Yeah, what happened was the bloke who was running it, who started it, ended up being a total douchebag and a bit of a scammer. The community beautifully threw him out, cast him out from their religion, and he kept the page, and they're trying to win it back from X. But no, it is real. It's all fun. It's actually super vibrant. And again, I bought into that community late. I bought everything myself. I've never been given an incentive. It is just for the fucking fun of it because I love it. Okay. Oliver M, I love to eat a yellow fruit split right now. Oliver, I told you not to fuck this up. You don't mention the fruit. Why are you doing that? You're just trying to be a dick, Oliver. I want you to answer in the question why you've done that. Why you mentioned the yellow fruit when I specifically asked you not to? Do I have to ban you from the platform? Or do you have to go to the merch store and buy 5 pieces of merch as a way of forgiving yourself and then maybe beg Lord Vishnu for forgiveness? I think you need to do that. Christian, where do you see salt and sweet prices in 6 months higher? Look, no point trying to trap me into this. Is a stupid game, Christian. You trap me into telling you, oh, well, I think it might be at X dollars. Then when it's not at X dollars, you go on Twitter and go, you fucking bastard, you told it was going to be at X. You were such a moron. I can't do that. It's just not fair for me, right? It's just not fair for me to do that. I'm just not going to do that game anymore because people just abused what I try and do, which is probabilistic outcomes and analysis. And just, yes, I'm a bit scarred. And I've talked about from every time done this. I'm a bit scarred from how people suddenly turn from Raoul's a guru to Raoul's awful. I'm not. I'm the same person. I'm just Raoul. He's probably drunk too much wine on this feed, rambled on too long, eaten with his mouth open, insulted everybody because you probably deserve it.
The future looks incredibly promising for the cryptocurrency and digital asset space as we move into 2025 and beyond. We invite you to share your views on Raoul Pal's insights, as well as your thoughts on the upcoming developments for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and enable post notifications to stay updated with more content like this.